Reese boarded a private jet, my goodness, for a postseason trip hours after missing Chicago's 91-86 season finale loss to the Liberty on Thursday night, as seen in a video on her TikTok page.
Angel Reese didn't just stir the pot, she flipped the whole damn table. The Chicago Sky wrapped up their season with a gut-punch loss to the Liberty. And where was Angel? Not on the court, not battling with her teammates. No, she was on TikTok, boarding a private jet, laughing, dancing, and flexing for the camera, hours after sitting out the season finale with what the team called a back injury.
She wants the hell out of Chicago, I guess, after drowning her teammates publicly. It's weird. You want out, but you're the one that actually did it. Maybe she did it to find her way out of town. Maybe that was the master plan. But this hurt back is been, of course, under some scrutiny. Some people have questioned the hurt back as to maybe the back's just not that hurt at all. She just didn't want to play.
And fans, they lost their minds. Because let's be honest, if your back is too busted to hoop, how is it magically strong enough to twerk for the internet? That's not just bad optics. That's a straight-up middle finger to the sky, to her teammates, and to the fans who pay to see her play. This is bigger than one TikTok. It's about reputation, credibility, and the future of a league fighting for respect. When Angel Reese skips a game with injury illness and then goes viral showing she's perfectly fine, it makes the WNBA look unserious. And the contrast is brutal. Caitlin Clark is out here eating elbows to the face, suiting up every night, while Angel is posting vacation clips and soaking up clout.
Check in on Angel Reese. As we know, she missed the last game of the year. Let's check just to be sure that we've got all of our ducks in a row here. Let's just take a look. She missed the last game. It was Thursday against the New York Liberty. Yep, okay, right there. Let me scroll down. She missed with a D&D injury/illness. Now, it's our understanding that, of course, she's got some kind of a back injury, correct?
So tonight, we're breaking it all down. Was this a fake injury? A calculated stunt to force her way out of Chicago? Or just another example of Angel putting herself before the game? Buckle up, because the receipts are damning. The internet is ruthless, and Angel Reese might have just tanked her own reputation. But before we get into it, hit that subscribe button, because we're not just watching basketball, we're exposing the drama behind it. To really understand why this blew up, you have to look at Angel Reese's history, because let's be real, this isn't her first rodeo with controversy. From day one, drama has followed her like a shadow. Back at Maryland, she left after clashing with teammates. At LSU, she built her brand on the Bayou Barbie persona, which was flashy, marketable, and loud, but also divisive. Fans loved it. Opponents hated it. Teammates? Well, let's just say not everyone was on board. Fast forward to the pros, and the same themes keep popping up: conflict, attention, and attitude. She's already been benched once for statements detrimental to the team, which is basically the polite way of saying she ran her mouth too much. Add in public complaints about her role, her minutes, and her teammates.
Reese, who missed the Sky's final 3 games of the season due to a lingering back injury, in quotes, posted a TikTok video of her and her friend embarking on a getaway amid the star forward's strained relationship with the team.
Then boom, she's online hours later, bending, twisting, dancing, boarding a private jet like nothing ever happened. You can't script hypocrisy that clean. For Chicago fans, this wasn't just disappointing. It was confirmation of every fear they had, that Angel isn't all in, that she's more focused on going viral than on grinding through the tough moments. And when your reputation is already fragile, stunts like this don't just make you look bad, they stick.
So, let's go over here. This is... Whoa, what happened? No. Let's go back. There we go. Okay. So let me stop this. This is Angel right there. This is the friend in the back. And Angel's doing all kinds of hunching and whatever. Got her back in the air.
Let's line this up piece by piece, because the timeline tells the whole story. Thursday night, Chicago Sky versus New York Liberty. The Sky dropped their season finale 91-86. Angel Reese, nowhere to be found. Official team report, DNP, injury/illness. The explanation, a lingering back problem. Now, anybody who's followed basketball knows back injuries are no joke. Careers get derailed. Legends fade overnight. So at first glance, sure, fans gave her the benefit of the doubt. But then, hours later, Angel herself pulls the trigger. A TikTok goes live. She's not lying in bed resting. She's not icing her back. She's on a private jet, dancing, laughing, bending, moving in ways that don't exactly scream severe back pain. That one post blew up everything, because the moment you show the world you're healthy enough to film a dance routine, your back injury excuse is toast. Fans immediately shredded her in the comments. Words like selfish, faker, drama queen filled the feed. And they weren't wrong. If you can twist, shake, and twerk for your followers, why can't you give your teammates 20 minutes on the court? Why can't you at least show up and suit up, even in limited minutes, just to prove you're still fighting? Instead, it looked like she tapped out, quit on the team, cashed the check, skipped the grind, and chose clout. And worse, she handed her critics the perfect ammo. Every skeptic who ever questioned her commitment suddenly had proof. Proof she wasn't too hurt to play. She was just too distracted to care.
Angel Reese was not lying. Okay, the Chicago Sky suck. Okay, and that includes the teammates around her. I would say minus Camila Cardoso. She has been getting better. She can do much better. They all can do much better, including Angel Reese herself. But as the Chicago Sky organization, from Jeff Pagliacca down to Talamar, she even threw him in it.
Now, add the league into the mix. The WNBA talks about growth, accountability, and respect. But when a player sits out with a back injury and then dances online hours later, silence. No questions, no pushback. Imagine if LeBron pulled this stunt, or Steph Curry. The league office would explode. But with Angel, crickets. And that double standard fuels the fire. And let's not forget her teammates. Do you think they didn't see that video? Of course they did. And you can bet it stung. While they were grinding through a loss, Angel was already checked out, smiling for the camera. That fractures trust. That builds resentment. And in a league where chemistry matters just as much as talent, that's poison. This isn't just Angel being careless. This is Angel torching bridges, inside her own locker room, with the fan base, and maybe even with the league itself. Let's get something straight. Angel Reese isn't talentless. Far from it. She's 6 feet 3 inches, athletic, a monster on the glass, and when locked in, she can dominate the paint like few others in the league. Rebounding, elite. Energy, unmatched. Presence, she's got that. But here's the brutal truth. Talent at the pro level is the baseline. Everybody in the WNBA is talented. What separates stars from sideshows is discipline, professionalism, and consistency. And right now, Angel is failing those tests. The Chicago Sky brought her in hoping she'd be the cornerstone of a rebuild, someone they could market as both a force on the court and a face for the franchise. Instead, they got drama. A rookie benched for statements detrimental to the team, a forward constantly tangled in attitude issues, and now a player who openly undercuts her own credibility with a fake-looking injury stunt. That's not leadership, that's a liability. And the worst part? Angel doesn't seem to realize how damaging this is to her future. Every stunt chips away at her reputation. Teammates start to see her as selfish. Coaches start to question her commitment. Fans start to lose patience. And front offices, they take notes. Because no GM wants to build around someone who quits when it gets hard. Contrast that with Caitlin Clark. She's young too. She's getting bullied every night, shoved to the floor, hacked to pieces, and she just keeps hooping. No excuses, no TikTok distraction. For years, the league struggled to break into mainstream sports conversations. Even legends like Sue Bird, Lisa Leslie, and Tamika Catchings often didn't get the spotlight they deserved. But now, with Caitlin Clark pulling record-breaking ratings, Angel Reese igniting rivalries, and the WNBA drawing national attention, suddenly, the game feels bigger than ever. Caitlin has become the lightning rod. To her fans, she's a pioneer, dragging the WNBA into primetime relevance. To her critics, she's overhyped, the beneficiary of a media machine that doesn't hype other players the same way. That tension has made every game she plays feel like a cultural event, not just a sporting contest. The broader impact is this. Caitlin Clark isn't just changing her team, she's changing how people view women's basketball. Her presence forces the league to reckon with new fans, new expectations, and new rivalries. Whether you love her or hate her, you're watching, and that means the league is winning. But here's the bigger question. Will the WNBA embrace this new wave of drama and star power, or will it try to hold on to the old guard's way of doing things? Because one thing's for sure, the audience isn't going back. Once you've seen this kind of fire, you don't settle for anything less. At the end of the day, Caitlin Clark's rookie season has been messy, electric, controversial, and unforgettable, all at the same time. She's been cheered like a hero, booed like a villain, and pushed harder than almost any rookie we've ever seen. And through it all, she hasn't backed down. This is bigger than basketball. Caitlin's story is about what happens when raw talent collides with the weight of expectation. It's about how one player can spark conversations about gender, respect, media bias, and the future of women's sports. Love her, hate her, debate her. Caitlin Clark has already left her mark, and this is just year one. If this much fire has been lit in her rookie season, imagine what happens when she settles in, grows stronger, and fully finds her place in the league. Because whether you see her as the future of basketball or just a flashpoint in the culture wars, one truth is impossible to deny. Caitlin Clark has changed the WNBA forever, and we're all watching to see what she does next.